Ever since I could remember, I hated my mom. She was different to other moms. She only had one eye. I didn't have a dad growing up. It was just me and her. When she dropped me off at school, everyone would stare at her. So then they began staring at me. It was so humiliating. She got a job cooking at the school, and then things got worse. I stopped going to lunch completely. The kids would bully me, and the older I got, the worse the bullying became. One day after school, I just couldn't take it anymore. I screamed at her. I told her I hated her. I couldn't wait to leave home, and eventually the time came to pack my things, and I never looked back. I took jobs here and there. I traveled the world and eventually got married and had kids of my own. My childhood was over, and thankfully my mom's face started to fade from my memory. One evening after dinner, me and the family were playing games. There was so much laughter that I didn't even hear the knock at the door. My son opened it and started crying. And that's when I saw my mother standing in the doorway. Suddenly, all those old feelings came rushing back to me. It seemed like history repeating itself as I saw my son frightened as I once was. I told her to never come back, and I slammed the door. I explained everything to my wife that night. I told her how much I was bullied and how I always lived in fear. She took my hand and explained to me that she was still my mother and she loved me. After weeks of persuasion, I finally decided to visit my mom. The long drive back to my childhood home seemed to be over instantly. I waited outside the house for a while, and then I knocked on the door. But there was no answer. The neighbor who I had not seen for so long recognized me, and in that spot on that doorstep, she broke the news that my mother had died. She let me inside with a spare key, and I sat in my mom's chair. It was the loudest silence I had ever heard. I spotted a handwritten letter with my name on it, and inside it read, "My dearest son, not a moment passes when I don't think
of you. I'm sorry I scared your children that night. I just knew it would have been the last time I could see you. When you were very little, you were in a terrible accident and lost your eye. As a mother, I couldn't stand watching you having to grow up with one eye. So I gave you mine. I was so proud of my son who was seeing a whole new world for me in my place with that eye. I never meant to bring you anything other than all the love in my heart. I will always love you and will always be with you. Love, Mom."